should go... I need to go do the actual quest. I've just been doing pixie quests in the meantime because I want to get that pig mount. I'll need to go finish these later, but this boy, best boy. Best lad, I love him. Anyway, we need to go order. Okay. Let's begin. Honored to finally meet you. We of the Garlemald Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains to Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of this expedition. Our resources are at your disposal, and if there's aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you're ready to depart, I'll ready the engines. Upon boarding the airship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. In addition, you'll be required to participate in a battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Okay. Here we go.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius.
Magna Glacius.
The winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into two groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Meanwhile, at the Imperial Supply Depot.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Miss Stoller always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Thancred, of course he is.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Metal Gear. Gear. Okay. Search currently going to commence the mission as soon as you're ready.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Metal Gear. How do I do the... How do I do that? Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Why can't I? Okay, let's do go.
Must be losing my touch.
You have a cloaked button, basically. Oh, I have to be cloaked to do the takedown. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. No, wrong thing. Metal Gear. Okay. I've never played Metal Gear, I just assume this is Metal Gear. It's exactly what I've been led to believe Metal Gear is like. Oh, fine. Okay, so these are not considered dogs. I was uncertain if the Garlands considered these weird-looking dogs. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah. You don't see me.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Spider, can you turn around? Spider, can you please turn around? Thank you. Hey! No! I was pushing the button! God damn it. You don't see me. Ah, shit. I... Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna go, but there's a spider there. It sure is nice that the only thing that alerts them to my presence is physically attacking them. Nobody's like, wow, where'd all these bodies come from? Weird how, like, so many of us decided to take a nap today. Shit.
7 hells.
Okay! This is fine. This is fine. Everything is Daijobu. Gotta... shit. Well. Let's try this again. I'm gonna go on normal again, because I feel like I could have done that. Wait. Okay, cool. My setup is still the same.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Hang up. You saw nothing. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Not the mech. Bop. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Alright, we're doing great. We're doing fantastic. I am the best at stealth missions. I'm realizing I don't think I need to actually fight those people over there. Oh, I didn't realize there was a spider bot over there. I think I got spotted by that spider bot last time, so I should have remembered.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
I cannot move the threat awareness. Spider-bots move. Yeah. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Damn, spotted.
Come over here, buddy. I'm a tank. Come over here. Behind this corner. Thank you. Oh shit. Slayer. Okay. Made it. Roll. You see me? Neither of you see me. Yeah. It's a good thing that nobody in this world has peripheral vision.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
A few moments later, at the rear of the Eorzea contingent supply caravan.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but... Wait! Something's coming!
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead.
Let me just go do the tank thing really quick. Are you guys fightable? You're not.
Keep the carriages safe.
Hey buddy, come over here. I'm the tank, come over here. Come over here.
The savior of Ishgard is here!
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger.
Working on it.
We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling. Time we put our backs into You lot all right back there?
I'm ready for more.
Hear that?
Oh, the boyfriend's here.
Get to the front and turn the tide.
Meanwhile, on the front line.
removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal. In time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
That's Vigilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
I was wondering when you'd turn up. There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
We have to...
Hey buddies, come over to here. I'm the tank. She's not. Gang, focus on me. Magni? Go. Nobody was. I couldn't stack. I was. The wall wasn't letting me stack. Yeah, see, Magna, you're supposed to get everyone together and then you stack. anywhere here? We do not.
A worthy adversary! Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death.
You know, I think Sadu and,
Sadu Hatun.
I feel like Sadu and, what's his face?
That was the last of them.
Xenos.
The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
Sadu and Xenos, I think, would get along.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Garlemald.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
I'm gonna be able to get that car. Shouldn't be long before we have a half-decent camp with so many helping hands. I was concerned the snow might hinder our progress, but our Ishgardian friends are used to working in conditions like these. In spite of the obstacles we faced, our plans proceed apace. Just a little further and we'll reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind assisting Ishtola and Graha to join us in the building in the northeast of camp? Alice and I will meet you there. A meeting? Yes, I'll make my way over once my head is cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. 'Tis the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, and unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. Ether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill of the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others that I shall be with you in a few moments. So is this place Camp Broken Glass? You'll be pleased to know that most of the temperate have been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that has passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting. I'll make my way there. Are we providing the Imperials that we're curing, whatchamacallit, warding scales too? Because it feels like they're just going to be re-tempered again at this point. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone's here, we'll begin.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a porksy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rime. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
If there are any survivors, we'll surely find them.
I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
I never thought myself much of an explorer, though I suppose my adventures have taken me to all sorts of strange and distant places. With that in mind, traversing an ice field should be a simple feat. Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tataru's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her when we next meet. It makes me realize, too, that while the people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even they'd be hard-pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. Hiya, Manolane. What ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like a rather tall order. Since you ask, where to scour the Eblan Rime for survivors? Wander around the ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone? It'll take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my experience, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. Surprised how many wild beasts are roaming about the place. Perhaps now that the soldiers have gone, they're free to wander and forage as they please. The few buildings I can see don't appear to be residences. They may still warrant investigation, though. I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing? Or maybe a cow? Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? No, just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. Below, what do I see over yon hillock? There's no mistaking it, that's a girl. A survivor, show me. Over there behind that tree, she looks like she's running away from something. Though surely not us. She would never know that. She wouldn't even know that we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I could tell is she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucia know where you're headed. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. Poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you, but won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget the very reason we're here, to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed. Trail of fresh footprints leads east. Footprints appear to be the same as we saw previously, and they lead toward the building. According to the label here, this place is used by those involved with extracting ceruleum. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first, we thought that she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll have to keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past the place. Would you mind searching up ahead? Need to go find her. The ejector will end and fail if you're noticed, making use of cover such as rocks approach her without being seen. Similarly, the ejector will also end and fail if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the ejector, you may try again. Oh, I didn't have tank stance on this entire time. That explains some things. I was like, I should turn tank stance off for this, but it was not on in the first place. This, I've said it before. I'm not the only one who said it, but the Endwalker soundtrack does give me Undertale vibes. Waterfall Mauled, yeah. You didn't see me. Fuck! This is basically an escort mission. It's like they've fused escort missions and stealth missions together. Everyone's favorite kind of quest. There we go. Oh, One Piece. Who are you? Stay back, this house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino, this is my sister Alice and our good friend. We have no intention of hurting you or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Talafroi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They're the enemy, our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. These poor souls are now in our care, and we're striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How are you able to escape the Talafroi's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with the introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself that same question ever since last night, and the roar, that terrible roar, and the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was so still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends and people I'd known my entire life, eyes vacant and dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but I didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Girl's got the echo. Do you have a family here? Is this your home? No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or, it was. But now me and a few others are borrowing it. Actually, the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone safe, and I didn't know if you were... The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you were here to help, can you? Of course. Whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. Licinia says you can be trusted, but these are desperate, times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could, take you at your word. If that's too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Can you provide the spark with a little magic, Eorzea? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe build it under that gazebo? The what? Oh, you mean the bower? Yes, do as you will. Music. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you could tell, they're in far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Feel my fingers again. All's well, with food in my belly and a song in my heart. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it'll take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Manalane's tinctures, the ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? Notice is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies, it'll return with a vengeance. Warming tincture? I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it seems absurd, in fact, it seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from the wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the match tech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remains operational cannot be run for the lack of ceruleum. Of course, Cerulia Igens is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. Not one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well. Yes, never better. What sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? 'Twas a joke. I laughed. 'Tis that I may not weep, so said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fell, which we are the blessed damned to bear witness to the fall of the great empire while our brethren lie dead or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When the moaning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose those disheveled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ashes. They shuffled mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering, perhaps, to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. What do you want? A tincture. May as well drink it, I suppose. And this is a radio. You don't seem to have them where you come from, I take it? We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types. This model is by far the most popular. Made with the quality components crafted at the finest ore sourced from Locus Amoranus, it is. Not all that useful since the capital fell to ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like the others, because we've been hearing there's the same music being played over and over again. Home Beyond the Horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amoranus. We may have founded the Empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chose to conceal himself that he may one day make his triumphant return. I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. Here you go. This is what you gave the others? Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Vergilia's troops head towards Magna Glacius a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it, and Vergilia and her men are there now. How'd you reach the Magna Glacius? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airships. There might be a way to... Licinia, where is everyone? Is something the matter? Voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps a baby Almastia has found its way in the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people, too. I've had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to help to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you have a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head over to the side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there, people whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food, and it's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. You better watch out for baby Almasties while we're away. Yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance to the cave can be a bit tricky too, so it's a bit easier to look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Who goes there? How'd you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? If the purebloods over at Victor Spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd never have found us. Those stuck-up arseholes, they thought they could come waltzing in here demanding cerealium with nothing to offer in return. Looks like the boot's on the other foot now that the capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, Sellsword. If they think that we'll give information, they've got another thing coming. No, yeah, you guys aren't native Garleans. There you are. Just after you left, Licinia asked me to catch up with you in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I've a little experience in transporting barrels of cerealium. This is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. Hey, Beatrice, how's it going? Who are you? What happened to the guards? Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean? You were brought here from other lands. Girabanya, Yanksha, Bosnia, Dalmasca, to name a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life I'll put to work extracting ceruleum. I'll give in the esteemed title of On, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald. Say we about the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is Cerulia Iggins. It's still sustaining us even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing ceruleum from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do that if it's frozen over? Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used much these days, but with the city in ruins, we take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps save off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we could trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we got ceruleum by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? I have finally all Xenoblade games on my Switch, well, without DLC, and all Pikmin games. I just need to spare for Xenoblade 2 and 3 DLC and Monster Hunter Rise. Nice. Free to go. Go where? Even if we manage to go back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us thanks to the Empire, and the knowledge and skills we acquired working here will be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. Long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Gone for good. If you're wondering why we post guards outside, it's because we've had trouble with other refugees, and I don't mean the ones that Victor spoils. Some of them come bearing weapons and won't know for an answer. As for the 2 guards you met on the way in, I'll tell them what we discussed once they recover from the beating you gave them. Come to think of it, maybe we should ask your contingent to send some bandages and healing balm. Regardless of what Ilsabard contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it's for the best that it's consigned to history, but what of the ordinary people, their lives and stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. So you've come seeking Ceruleum, have you? Oh, those purebloods up at Victor's Spoils sent you. Turn to their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Licinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister? We only saw Licinia and 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needs treatment, I doubt there'd be a way to get it around here. I may have refused Licinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent, but be sure to send them our way, you hear? I can't for the life of me think why Licinia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we deliver the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. What bloody else did you find us here, and who are you? Coming from across the ice fields, did you? Then we better hope you weren't followed by any of them crazed soldiers or were done for. This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Alphino would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. Damn it all. They asked me to help carry supplies. When I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. Can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are, waiting in the wings for us to show our weakness, and then you swoop in. Here to help, what a rot I'll employ to make us lower our guard. Let you in, pit ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, and get your revenge. You're wrong, that's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later, we've got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles in a bed that was still warm. It's true, Licinia was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now there's no sign of either of them. Where are they, and where did they go? Away from you and yours, and if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'd never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot! Her sister's ill, the empty bottles prove it, the medicine ran out, or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry, or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere, how could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. Invade our homeland, tainted with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen, and Garlean should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We're waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrived. is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Zycinia and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries, and theirs. I'll join you in the search after. Alright, but be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. Two sets of fresh footprints. A young woman judging by its size. It's definitely them. Come on. Yeah, no, I failed the first time also. Like, right at the end. Trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route just to not leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at the place. It's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for our ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alphino's help, but we can't afford to wait for them. Let's split up and look for clues, gang. Also glad to know I'm not the only one with alts. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I got a Hrothgar and a Lalafell, they're like, why do you have alts? You can have all classes on one character. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't be one character. And the empty bottle smells faintly of alcohol. The thin coating of dirt indicates that it's been here for some time. It's unlikely to have been connection to Zycinia or sister. I have not messed with RP. I joined a adventuring school, and I was gonna mess around with RP on that. I just have not. I just haven't had the time. There's a part of me that wants to try. Let's see, you guys under this bridge. Oh, that's not great. Blood staining the snow appears to be fresh, judging by the amount the victim may have been severely wounded. Leads southeast. Yes, I know. I've got to wrap up. I gotta wrap up stream, but let me just find these two. Still have your hamster? No, he passed away last year. Two bodies are already cold. He lived 3 years. He was an old hamster.
blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No. Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have... We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all.
Wait, his voice from beyond the grave. Did I miss a thing? I know they said that...
I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
They mentioned about hearing Varus on the radio? Okay. Alright, I gotta wrap things up here. Must have been something we could have done, but what? Should we have never come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? We've already caused more than enough harm here. Let's return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. Okay. Good time to stop. Returning to a rest area. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let's see. Oh. Let's raid Chip.
Kill Moogle.
Chat. Oh, I'm in all caps. Raid messages. You have found the missing persons as usual. I should be live tomorrow morning, probably. And until next time, I'll be seeing you guys later.